Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your county government. I'm your host, Chanel Allen. Today you'll learn about County Commission actions from the June 6th board meeting. A historical marker welcoming visitors to Polk County along with the original Dixie Highway in the Laufman area will be preserved in place, the board decided Tuesday. The Historical Commission had recommended its relocation inside the county's boundaries, which could have cost up to $36,000.
What we were discussing today is the project to move the historical marker that's been out in the Osceola-Polk County line since 1930. We had taken a trip out there, the Polk County Historical Commission, and looked at the care and the condition of the monument and realized it had not had any attention in years and years and years. Now it does have a strategic location to the part of Polk's history there on the original Dixie Highway, but it has no care, no place to park whatsoever, has a lot of graffiti about it, and as a commission, we were more concerned about not 5 years from now, but for 40 years from now, when still 40 more years of lack of concern or care is what it's going to do to the monument. We were hoping that we could get the monument moved to Laufman Park, where it would be in Polk County, where it would have constant care all the time and be able to be shown in its true glory of which it's deserving. Like I said, it's very important, and the comment was made about historical markers throughout Florida, and not all historical markers end up where they were originally settled. A lot of times markers are moved. Markers are just due to growth, due to opportunities of growth that they have to be moved. There's a lot of historical markers that point that locations were 500 yards, a mile and a half from here. This is something we really feel is very valuable and needs to be preserved, but it cannot be preserved successfully at the site where it's at today. 24 years ago, the county reached out to Osceola County, and they came up with a litany, a list of ideas: make more parking, give it a 20-foot fence around it to protect it from vandalism, and a lot of other great ideas, parking areas and so on and so forth, and current and constant care. And if you drive up there today, you will see that none of that came to fruition.
I think this is one of those tough issues because there's so much passion and concern for both sides of the issue. I mean, ultimately, what we found out today is that the monument is going to stay where it is. What's most important now is what happens from here out. I think it's great that there has been so much attention brought to the historical monument. People that didn't even know it was there before are now hearing about it. So that's great, and that's what we're all about, is that not just the historical preservation, but educating and promoting it. So what's going to be key here is to see what happens to that monument in the future, the care that it needs to be given, and the attention and the promotion of it and the education. You know, come out. Give this is your opportunity now that you've heard about it to go out there and see it. We're hoping that people in the community will step up and help us in that effort to preserve it for future generations to come.
Representatives from Polk's 2 new garbage haulers are moving ahead with their operation in anticipation of their October 2017 start. Both FCC and Advanced Disposal briefed the board Tuesday on how they have submitted their transition plans, route plans, and their efforts to recruit and train new workers. Both companies also were working on moving into and renovating their Lakeland-based offices.
Today we had the haulers that were awarded the contract for the removal services for Polk County Unincorporated. They came and gave an update that was due on the progress of their readiness to begin services on October 2nd of this year.
Architectural and engineering services by the Lawrence Group was approved Tuesday for the Mulberry Park Fire Rescue Station and Park Concession Stand project, which is expected to cost about $193,984. The agreement with the company includes the design of the prototype fire rescue station and concession stand, construction administration, and project close out services.
Today we're here to get the board's approval on a design contract for the Mulberry Park Fire Rescue Station and Park Concession Stand. The contract is with the Lunds Group for the design and construction administration of those two projects.
Construction contracts were approved by the board for the Benemy Bay and Islands Club West utility system improvements. These construction contracts are to replace and repair the utility system, which connected to Polk County Utilities Northeast service area built by a private developer in the late 1990s. The projects will replace existing potable water service lines, relocate meters, repair fire hydrants, grade adjustment of manhole covers, clean out repairs, asphalt paving restoration, sodding, sidewalk reconstruction, wastewater pumping station improvements, and reclaimed water improvements. Cobb Site Development Incorporated will complete the Benemy Bay improvements for about $1.12 million, and Killebrew Incorporated will handle the Islands Club West project for about $1.29 million. The board approved a $632,793 budget transfer for off-site road and utility improvements near the new Citrus Ridge School, which opened last year. Last year, the board approved the project through an interlocal agreement with the school board. However, the final invoice for the project wasn't provided until this year, and the approval of the board was again needed to transfer the funds.
We brought before the board an agenda item to amend our CIP, CAP Community Investment Program, to add funds for off-site improvements associated with the Citrus Ridge K through 8 school that was built up in the northeast part of the county. We, as the county, have responsibilities for doing the off-site improvements, and we did a interlocal agreement with the school board where they would construct these items, the off-site items, and then we would reimburse them for those funds. And so that's what we brought before the board today for their approval.
The board approved staff members to move forward in gathering the necessary information to create an MSBU to eventually create a street lighting district and improve sidewalks around the Clubhouse Road from Lakeland, Highlands to US 98.
Today, Commissioner Lindsay brought before the board a motion requesting support to move forward with establishing an municipal services benefits unit for street lighting along Clubhouse Road. This would be more of a corridor lighting facility, and what they've agreed to is to have staff get with the city of Lakeland Electric, who has the electric power in this location, and have them start designing and coming up with costs associated with the installation of that corridor lighting, so that we can then come back to the board with actual cost, and so they can, if they determine if they want to establish a municipal services benefits unit for that corridor.
In other news, Clark Environmental Incorporated was recognized as Polk County Company of Excellence. It was proclaimed June 14th through the 18th, 2017 as LGBTQ Week. Carrie McCoy, president of PFLAG of Polk County, and Christine Lally, president of the board for Lakeland Youth Allowance, who accepted the proclamation.
This proclamation means a lot to us. Last year and the year before, we were turned down for a proclamation for LGBT Pride Week. This year they did give us one. They recognized that the community deserves it, I guess you could say. It's very exciting knowing that the county recognizes that we have such diversity here in this county. And today they really made an impact on letting us know that.
It was proclaimed June 2017 as Pledge to Slow Down Month in Polk County. Kim Long, representing the Polk Vision Pedestrian and Bicycle Safety Team, accepted the proclamation.
We at Polk Vision are extremely pleased with the leadership displayed by the Board of County Commissioners today in proclaiming June Slow Down Month. It's unfortunate. We're rated the 6th most dangerous place to walk or ride a bike in the country. Let me repeat that. The 6th most dangerous place to walk or ride a bike in the country, right here in Polk County. We all need to take the pledge and be aware of safety. Pledge to slow down.
In a public hearing, the board approved the dismissal of claims against LD Promotions, LLC, also known as Triple Canopy Ranch, that stemmed from a 2015-2016 code enforcement case. With the dismissal, both the company and the county agree to pay their own attorney fees and that the case will be dismissed with prejudice. The board approved several items for the Polk County Workforce Development Board Tuesday. The first of those items up for approval was its 2017-2018 preliminary budget. This approval is given because the funds come from the state, which hasn't finalized its budget yet. The board also approved CareerSource Polk's designation as a direct provider of workforce services. Another agreement, which also was approved, allows CareerSource Polk to act as the one-stop operator and provide the oversight, monitoring, and evaluation of its performance. The board approved the release of a cash surety of $19,580 for Highlands Grace Phase 1. The board also accepted the potable water, wastewater, and reclaimed water system utility improvements for ownership, operation, and maintenance by Polk County Utilities, and a one-year warranty in the form of $111,962.80 cash surety for the development also was approved. The board set 1:30 p.m. on June 20th, 2017 as a public hearing to consider an ordinance granting an economic development ad valorem tax exemption to Project Toro. The board appointed Amanda Wilson to the Workforce Development Board for a 3-year term that expires June 30th, 2020. The board also reappointed Richard Bryant, Albert Miller, Sherry Sapp, and David Sorg to the Workforce Development Board for a 3-year term that expires June 20, 2020. In public hearings, during the afternoon session, the board held several public hearings on a variety of items. Those items up for consideration included: the board voted to vacate platted drainage easement in Dove's Rest and Dove's Rest Addition off Cypress Gardens Road in Winter Haven. An economic development ad valorem tax exemption was granted by the board to Aldi, which is expanding its warehouse and hiring more employees. The company plans to make a $25 million capital investment and hire 30 new full-time employees. A 2,000-yard outdoor shooting range was approved by the board Tuesday. The new range, which sits on more than 1,500 acres, will be operated as a club, and its members will be monitored by experienced range masters. The new range will be in the southwest Polk near Mulberry. A date change in an event at the Triple Canopy Ranch forced a rescheduling of a public hearing to July 11th. The ranch is requesting a variance to the outdoor concert noise ordinance for an event from December 30th through January 1st, 2018. The board approved an ordinance to correct a scrivener's error in Ordinance 17-014 that approved Comprehensive Plan Amendment 17A-03. The first reading of an ordinance to extend the temporary moratorium on the acceptance and processing of new applications for the establishment of medical marijuana dispensing facilities and treatment centers for an additional 90 days was held Tuesday. No action was taken by the board. Well, that wraps up this edition of Dateline Polk. To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. Tuesday, June 20th. I'm Chanel Allen. Thanks for watching.